At the gala of shattered vows, the champagne flute shattered against the marble floor, its crystal shards glinting like accusations under the chandelier's golden glow. My breath caught, sharp as a broken glass, as I stood frozen in the glittering chaos of the elite gala. Across the room, my husband, Julian, laughed too loudly, his hand lingering on the bare shoulder of a woman in a sapphire gown. Her smile was a blade, slicing through the haze of my denial. And then, her voice, low, teasing, deliberate, carried over the murmur of the crowd. "Why don't we have some fun, right here, in front of him?" She nodded toward Julian, her lips curling with a secret I wasn't supposed to know. The air felt heavy, thick with the scent of jasmine perfume and cigar smoke. My pulse thrummed in my ears, drowning out the string quartet's mournful notes. I wanted to scream, to demand answers, but my feet stayed rooted, my silk dress clinging to my skin like a second layer of shame. Julian's eyes met mine for a fleeting moment, and I saw it, a flicker of guilt quickly buried under his polished charm. Had it always been there, that shadow in his gaze? Or was I imagining it, stitching together fragments of doubt into a tapestry of betrayal? Earlier that evening, the signs had been subtle, like cracks in a mirror you only notice when the light shifts. Julian had been distracted, checking his phone too often, his replies to my questions clipped. "Work," he'd muttered, brushing off my touch as we entered the gala. I'd rationalize it. Stress? The pressure of his new promotion, the weight of mingling with the city's elite. But now, watching him lean closer to her, his fingers grazing her wrist, I felt the ground tilt beneath me. My heart pounded, a frantic rhythm urging me to flee, to confront, to do something. Yet I stood there, paralyzed by the fear of what I might uncover. The woman, Evelyn, I remembered now, a client from Julian's firm, whispered something in his ear. Her laugh was a sharp, crystalline thing, cutting through the haze of my thoughts. I clutched my purse, the leather cool against my sweating palms, and forced myself to move. The crowd parted, their faces blurring into a kaleidoscope of pity and curiosity. Did they know? Had they seen this unfolding, night after night, at galas just like this? "Julian," I said, my voice steady despite the storm inside me. He toned, his smile faltering, and Evelyn's eyes locked onto mine, daring me to unravel their secret. "Can we talk?" I asked, the words tasting like ash. "Of course, darling," he said, too smooth, too practiced. He excused himself from Evelyn, who raised a glass in a mocking toast. My stomach churned, but I followed him to a quiet corner, the clink of glasses and laughter fading into a dull roar. "What's going on?" I asked, searching his face for the man I'd married, the one who'd promised forever under a starlit sky. His jaw tightened, and for a moment I saw the weight of his guilt, heavy as a gold watch on his wrist. "Nothing's going on, Claire," he said, but his voice cracked, betraying him. "You're overthinking things." "Am I?" My voice rose, sharp and brittle. "Because she just suggested we have fun in front of you. What does that mean, Julian?" My hands trembled, and I hated how small I felt, how desperate. He ran a hand through his hair, a gesture I once found endearing. Now it felt like a deflection. "She's drunk, Claire. She's just being Evelyn." But I wasn't listening anymore. My mind replayed the months of late nights, the unanswered calls, the way his touch had grown distant, like he was reaching for someone else. The truth clawed its way to the surface, raw and unrelenting. "How long?" I whispered, my voice breaking. Julian's silence was louder than any confession. His eyes, once my anchor, now drifted to the floor, and I knew. The betrayal wasn't a single moment. It was 1,000 small choices, each one eroding the trust we'd built. I wanted to hate him, to scream, but all I felt was a hollow ache, like the world had been carved out from under me. Evelyn's laughter echoed from across the room, and I realized a twist. She hadn't just revealed their affair. She'd wanted me to see it, to feel the weight of their secret crush me in front of everyone. And Julian, my Julian, had let her. The gala spun on, oblivious. But for me, the music had stopped, replaced by the shattering sound of my heart breaking.